back to the shop, working on the rock crawler again. Just got back from SEMA yesterday night about 10 o'clock. Had an awesome week. Really enjoyed seeing all the cool trucks, the projects. It's just overwhelming. My first time being at SEMA. Met a lot of cool people. But one of the most amazing things about it is the people you don't expect to see. So we didn't expect to see Steven Watson, which he's the guy who owns Off-Road Design, which is where I bought, like, I don't know, 80% of the parts for the suspension, the Magnum underdrive for the back of my transfer case, the shifters that you see, twin stick setup, the cross member for the engine, the King shocks, all through Steven Off-Road Design. So I got to meet him. That was awesome. I've talked to him like 10 times on the phone, but getting to meet him in person is just really cool. Also, I got to meet Fred Williams from Dirt Every Day. Also got to meet Dave Chappelle from Dirt Every Day. They both have YouTube channels now, and I'm a big time fan, watch them all the time. Also got to meet Trent McGee from Ultimate Adventure. He was at the Centerforce booth. Just a lot of people that you weren't expecting. Ian Johnson was there from Big Tire Garage. He's a guy I've watched for a long time on Sunday morning TV, building rock crawlers and rigs of all different kinds. So it just was really cool. I had a super great time. Me and my brother-in-law Ryan went. It's so overwhelming. There's a lot to it, but it was great as fuel for me to get this project, keep on going with it, and it gave me a lot of good ideas for my suspension. I still yet got to mount my coilovers and get that all set up and work on my 4-link. I haven't really got any brackets for that yet for the front axle. So it gave me a lot of good ideas. Sure enjoyed the whole time we had. Just walked like 15 miles a day the first 2 days, maybe 13 or 14 miles the last 2 days. I mean, we were there all week. So I just really enjoyed it. So it gave me some more fuel to get back on this project. So here I am today back in the shop the day after I got back, because I'm just ready to rock and roll on it. It'd be cool to get it to see come out of the shop one day and get to drive it, but today we're going to be working on finishing up these seat brackets, welding in a bar that goes across the roll cage, and maybe a bar at the bottom here to give it some extra bracing, because obviously I want it to be stout and strong, because my style of driving, I might flip it over, you never know. So I'm going to weld the crap out of it. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Caleb Morrison. This is Caleb's Diesel and Fabrication. If you like fabricating stuff, if you like working on diesel vehicles, this is a great place to be, because we're going to do it all. All right, we're back working on the seat brackets. So here's what I'm thinking. I got these little brackets that were for the seat, but we're going to reuse them. And you know, we got these brackets made to where the seat bolts to it. I welded a nut on the inside of these brackets so the seat will fit in there, and then it also has 2 points back here for the suspension seats hook up to 4 points. I kind of got them as far back as they'll go up against these bars. I'm not a super tall guy, I'm 5'11", so I don't really need it to be way back, but I want to put it back far enough that if I drive this a long ways, I'll be able to be comfortable. So anyways, I'm going to put this bracket here. I'm going to tie these two brackets together. Anytime that you've got a bracket by itself, even though this bracket's welded in to the actual floor pan itself, which you can see, you know, it's pretty stout. It's got angle, it's got some 3/8 strap, and then this tube that's welded to my floor pan. I got this where you can remove it. Even though that's all pretty stout, if I will put these two together, go ahead and get this all welded up tight, I can actually make this to where, you know, if one tries to give, it's going to have to push through the other bracket before it fails. So it's going to be a little tougher than what it would be just by themselves. So we're going to put this bracket right here. I'm going to weld this bracket to this piece, and then Craig is cutting 2 pieces of angle iron. And what we're going to do is we're going to set that angle iron right here. and weld it to this tube. We'll drill a hole in the angle iron, and that way we can put a bolt through there, and then we'll weld this tube straight to here. So when you pull this bracket out, this whole piece will come out if I needed to pull it out, and then I can unbolt it right here. So while he's doing that, I'm going to get these marked, which you can kind of see where it needs to be cut, and we're going to match that profile of that. Go straight across. So that piece right there, we'll cut that off. We're waiting on Craig. Get those pieces cut. Still haven't found. Alright guys, so like anything, when you're building a project, you try to do it as strong, and for me, I like to do it as cheap as possible if it's going to be right. So where I got this tubing, it's a little bit rusted, but I don't really care because it was the right price. So at most of your local places, like your steel yards, what you're going to have is there's going to be a section normally that they have, it's called drop. And a lot of people don't know what that is. Well, drop is what they have left over when they have like a big order or extra left over, and they have pieces that are just, you know, oddball sizes that they can't sell a full 8 or 7 foot stick, and so they have a drop section, and that's where I bought this. I have a local steel supplier. They're great. It's called OPS up in Dewey, and they have what they call drop section, and you can go over there and look at it anytime I go. It's one of the first places I check even before I buy my material, because I can get this for almost half price of what a new piece would cost. And a lot of times I don't need a full 20-foot piece to do my project, which is perfect for this type of stuff, and it's a better price, and so that'll save you some money. So a lot of the pieces that you'll see, like over here on the ground, I got a ton of pieces. All this stuff on the ground here that I've used for blocking stuff up, that's all drop. That's all stuff that I've had just sitting around ready to go. This piece of channel, I actually went up there to buy a 20-foot piece, and they had two pieces 8 foot long, not 10 foot, and so it was a little bit less money, and that's how I ended up with that. So just a good tip for you. All right, so I got this bracket cut. You can see it's, you know, looks pretty decent. It's gonna tie it in right here. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna set this bracket like this, and then Craig got my other pieces, and we're gonna set those right here on top like this. And then once we get that sitting there, we can actually take a piece of chalk on the back side here. Let's see if I can use something to brace this thing up, or maybe Craig can hold it for us. Let's go right here, basically just level with the top of that. So we'll drill us a hole right there. So then we got that piece. I mean, actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go a little bit taller, if possible. Just weld it on the back side. That'll be plenty strong. So we'll remark it. Sometimes you got to redo. It's called fabricating for a reason. So get that up against there. Let's see. Try this again. Be better. Oh yeah. Okay. So Craig can go over there, and we'll just drill a hole, punch it and drill a hole, try to get it. Obviously we're going to use this size of bolt, Craig, so you can get it close to that. That one's kind of boogered up. Alright, so what I'm going to do is clean up this area right here where I can weld this piece in, top and bottom, and find a level. That way we can start getting this ready to go. Okay, so I got one more piece. I can put this one over on that side. And like, again, this is one of the brackets from the seats that normally holds the bucket or bench seat down into the truck. You can kind of see, well, where the holes used to be, I kind of used some of these brackets. And so I'm reusing the bolts where I can take this bracket out, and then I'm actually reusing the bench seat bolt hole, so I just saved myself some time not having to cut these holes out. Fabricating is called fabricating for a reason. Alright, so one of the best parts about fabricating is you can kind of make it up as you go. So there's not really a booklet on how to do it, but you just kind of jump in there and get it done. So Craig got these holes all cut out for me. So what we're gonna do, this is just for mock-up, what we're gonna do is on this bracket is I'll end up welding this nut into there, and that way you don't have to worry about having a backup. You know, some people would say that you don't want to do that because it might, you know, eventually round out, but if you put the bolt in there correctly, you shouldn't have to worry about that. So I'm putting this through there to kind of make a jig or a template, if you will, and that way it'll help me figure out where I need to weld this at. I always test fit things before, because once you weld it, it sucks to have to cut it back off and fix it. So we're going to go ahead and get this all tightened up here, and then we'll put a few tacks on it, and then it'll show us where we need to change or modify what we got going on here. So first thing we're going to do is drop it.
Be back over there.
Yeah, here in just a second. Let me get the old welder turned on. Okay. All right, here we go. So you can see here we made these brackets a little rough looking in here, but got them welded up. You can see on the inside too, I got it welded to this seat bar, and then we got this other side done the same way, just giving it some extra strength. Craig went ahead and got the brackets all welded and painted, looking good. So we'll go outside and check those out. All right. So here we go. Here's the bracket. You see it's got these two little kickers that go out. Bam, bam. Got them welded in. And that way I can bolt it to the front. And that way you can completely take that piece out. So it's looking good. We got some paint on it. Craig did a good job. Got it where it needs to be. So here we go. On to the next thing. Alright, so we ended up taking a drill bit, this one, and drilling through. Go ahead and drop some oil dry down. We lubricated the bit of this drill plenty, but it took a while to get through these knuckles. They're pretty stout. Plus this hardened steel on this double shear was a little tough too. So what we're doing is we got our steering hooked up pretty much. Man, we just got to get this straightened up, and we're working on getting the aluminum link bar for the drag link put on. So we put this back where it was, maybe. Yeah, it just needs a little hammer action. Figure out where the nut is. There it is. Tighten this thing in there. Go ahead and tighten that nut on there, Craig. And then I'm thinking about, so it does.
This one?
No, I already tightened that. This one right here, bud. Thinking about trimming the edge of this nut like that with the cutoff wheel. If you can go ahead and tighten this all the way up, it'd be great. That way, if we trim it, it'll fit down and won't get up against the. Hey, don't you love it when you get metal shavings in your shoe? Yeah, personally, it feels great. Really enjoy it. Probably not the most preferred way to put this bolt in there, but I think it'll work. Yeah, probably not the preferred way that Artec wants you to put this bolt on there, but I guarantee I can get it tight. Put a, as Peg would say, Ukrainian Knuckle Buster 5000 on there and impact the bottom on. Hide behind the wheel and that thing will probably go in there. Yeah, I got a whole kit of cotter pins actually, but did you tighten her down? Hey, Craig. Probably gonna have to put that on, this on first, I think. That or take the dust shield off, which is fine too. Let's see here. Well, hell. Well, I know what I'm gonna have to do. back to the grinder. Brother?
How does that work?
Hi, brother. What are you doing? Hi, sweet boy.
Ow.
Are you ready to pull hair?
Yes, he is.
Hello, sweet boy.
Right in the good spot, too.
What a sweet boy. Oh, yeah. Hey, does this Ukrainian Nutbuster 5000 identify as a hammer? Just kidding.
Can.
You're as cold as ice. I think now, Craig, we could probably put the boot back on.
Yeah.
Because I got the old Ukrainian Knucklebuster 5000 to... But, here's the thing. We gotta get our distance for the sleeves and all that good stuff measured. Because basically, so this is how it works. So, this goes through there, and then the end of the aluminum piece, this goes on the top, this goes on the bottom.
Okay.
So now we got to put that, let's get the both these bolts, and we'll get some measurements. What's your brother think? He just seen what's going on? Do what? We just need the bolts for the moment. We'll put this on there. This is just to get a measurement. And then, oh, that one's still warm from me. That was pretty hot. Grabbed right onto the top of it. All right, so, oh, top. Keep going. So, I know that's on the wrong side, but now we'll put this piece on. I don't know. Fuck if I know. Oh fuck, damn it. Give me that other bolt. I was like thinking for a second, I was like, okay, I can do this. It's not really, probably not what they want you to do, Craig, what I just did there, but see, a lot of this that we're doing is do it, then take it back off. You know what I mean?
My favorite type of wood.
Yeah, I like doing stuff about 4 or 5 times. That way. Alright, you can see what we got going on here. We got our double shears in for our knuckles. And you can see we got our drag length in. This is actually not going to work for the moment. But I'll show you when you got that thing at full, it's at full tilt turn. There is about 1/4 of an inch between the diff and the drag link. So now I had originally had the right drop pitman on from Off-Road Design because that's what they told me to use, but since this one drops it down a little bit farther, what ended up happening was I saw when I had the other drop pitman arm, which is not it's a 0 drop, I saw that this was going to be going up into the frame like this, and then that wouldn't work. Well, the problem is, since this tube is so low right here, I'm not going to be able, unless I notch the frame like I have seen people do, I'm not going to be able to have that not making interference with the drag length. So I'm going to buy the pitman arm that I already sent back, put it back on there, and then I'm going to notch the frame right here. You can see it. It's going to be right in there. Basically make a little, maybe like a U in there, maybe 1 inch wide, 1.5 inch wide, and 1.5 inch tall, and I'll just weld it up and make it solid, which I've seen that on other guys' trucks before, but I kind of wanted to see if I could get away with it. Obviously it didn't work out. So anyways, we got the knuckles in there. They're looking good. We got it where you can turn it both ways, and it's definitely not touching when you turn to the right, but when you turn to the left, it is super close right there. So that's looking good. So we're another step closer. Got that done. Yeah, everything's gonna work. We had to do some drilling. Had to get creative over here on this bolt. You can see I had to kind of taper it to make this HD tie rod in from Off-Road Design work, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I think it's going to be good. Looks pretty beefy under there, so that worked out good. Got the seat brackets done, so that's nice. Be able to bolt those in and be completely done, and that part will be done, and got that piece welded in for the roll cage, and we're pretty much done. I don't know if I'm gonna do any other bracing. Thought about maybe putting some bracing there in that middle bar, but we'll see. So anyways, that's it for today. Alright, we're getting the axle centered up and getting it put on. Hopefully going to get in the right spot. We're getting close. Alright, that's plenty good. Now we just need to move it over a little bit and get it centered. Craig, we just got to go towards you. There you go. And then we got to go forward. See these holes right here, Craig? This is what my goal is. These holes on the side right here. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll help you here in just a second. Go back. There's so many options with the GoPro though. Gotta get some of this on film to say we did it. Oh yeah. Okay. know for sure I did a good job. And then I like to bust my knuckles with the old Kresge. That's good too. It makes it all worth it, honestly. You know, here's what I could do, Craig. If I got fancy, like I could move this exactly where it needs to be so she's not rubbing, you know, and then throw a little tack on the outside. That'd be perfect, right?
A little tack never hurt.
No, I mean, honestly, it's just extra insurance down on the trail. You know, when shit happens, you gotta worry about it. Because it's gonna be a tight fit. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my stool. You get that one. Get the old tape measure. I'm good at losing them. Yeah. So we have a total of 4 1/4 inches of space. So if we go to your side,
From here.
pick it up, we want it to be somewhere in that, not that close, but in that vicinity. So I need to cut a,
What do you like? How far are you from the top?
let me see your
2 inches?
tape measure. I'm gonna say we are 1.5 inches from the top. So, yeah, 1.5 inches from the distance in the middle is 1.5 inches.
Right there.
Let's just for shits and grins, let's go down to 2 inches. Just give ourselves a little space, Craig. I like that better. I still think it's far enough.
Right there, right there.
So now the question is, okay, let's turn this, see, help me, let's turn the whole knuckle, both knuckles towards me, all the way, full lock. All right, so obviously that ain't gonna work. So pick it up and we'll turn it to full lock. Pick up the bar, yep. All right, now turn the knuckle all the way to full bump. So let's go down to where it needs to be, where it's not touching the diff. See where our space is, Craig?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Then you go down.
So mine.
Right there, but if I'm right here,
Okay. So keep in mind we're at full bump, which means it's all the way as far as the axle go up, so it's not going to come up anymore. So let me measure this distance, which is I'm at 2 3/8, and we're still not hitting the diff, right? Looks like on your side. Okay, so go down 2 3/8 on the space, and we'll make sure that we're not hitting on your side too. Oop, we're hitting. Okay, so we need to go up a little bit. So let's go up to 2 inches, Craig. Go up to 2 inches.
Okay, that's 2.
Okay. So can we go a little bit more, because we still got space. So let's go up to 1 3/4 inches, Craig. 1 3/4 inches.
Right there.
Okay, so that's at full lock, and I'm at 1 3/4 inches as well, right there. Okay, so we're not touching the diff right there, and we're at full lock all the way, right? That's as far as the knuckle will turn. Okay, so now let's do the opposite. Let's twist the knuckles towards you, so we can measure that. Oop. Something's not.
1 1/4, right?
1 3/4 inches.
Or 3/4. Yeah.
But we're not at full lock, are we? Or are we?
Let's see.
I feel like we're.
You know, axle didn't look straight. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So
That's about 1 3/4 right there.
it is. Okay.
Well, it looks like
1 3/4 inches.
I'm gonna be touching something.
That's what I was worried. That's what I was worried about.
Well, it's pretty close to this.
Yeah. So I need to get that. I should have kept that other drop. Pitman arm and clearance the frame rail. Okay. Well, that's why you got to do that, Craig. So. Alright, here's what we'll do. Let's put this back down. Let's take off this deal here. We'll get this thing set today. So, for shits and grins right now, Craig, turn this to full lock. We'll first pick it up all the way. Pick up this towards you, because that's where we're having trouble. Alright, so that's full lock. So see how we're gonna have to have it damn near. We're gonna have to have this thing damn near all the way at the top. So, how is yours all the way at the top?
Yep, mine's all the way at the top, and we're not touching the pumpkin.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's go back the other way, all the way towards me. And that's good, still. Let's go back the other way. Okay. So, that tells me we're only going to be able to move it down the width of that spacer. So, let me hand you a spacer and let's make sure that's going to work. So, this will go,
Like this.
pull the bolt, yeah, just like that.
Go back towards me a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, good.
Just add your spacer on the inside. There you go. Okay. There you go. Now let me change mine out. Okay. Alright, so pick it all the way up.
Okay.
Now let's do full lock your way. Okay, still got a fucking gnat's ass. All right, go my way. Plenty good. All right, so that's where it's gonna have to be. Man, that's just crazy. This is the part you don't plan for, Craig, that you don't really know what's going on. So now let's measure. So that spacer is approximately, oh, what you got? Approximately, let's see, 3/8, half, 5/8 of an inch. So we'll go down 5/8. So that would be, let's see, 5/8. Two quarters. Let's see. 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 1/4. So we need to cut those pipes off at 3 1/4. Yeah, 3 1/4.
3 1/4?
Yep. So we'll sit this down. Now, okay. Yeah, we'll do that real quick. Alright, let's cut these off real quick. Where's that other pipe? Here it is. 3 1/4. You think? Alright, good idea. Where's the chalk?
Chalk, probably.
3 1/4. Here's some right here, Craig, right in front of my face. 3 and okay. Helps if he's plugged in. Alright, it ain't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Now it's kind of hot. All right. So I should have kept that other drag link so I could notch the frame, make it come up. Which I thought about that as I sold it, turned it, or sent it back to him. I was like, you know what? All right, let me get one more spacer. There we go. All right. And let's see. Can you move that out of there, Craig?
Out?
Well, hold on. You'll have to put that on. It'll have to go on first. So that'll go.
Okay.
And then this piece. And then this piece. Okay, down. Okay, there's that.
What do you think about it?
Oh, I like it. So now we can measure yours. Hopefully it's pretty close to the same, I hope. It's got a little...
I'll say we could just use that one on this side. Or is that one a little small?
Let's... Can you pick it all the way up to the top? Let's see how we're looking here. Like that. Cool.
No touchy.
Not yet. Okay. Straighten it back up. Well, I guess we can't. Okay. Bad name. Okay, so that's all the way 3 and 3/4. So 3 3/4 take away is the space. Take away one of these. 3 3/4. Take away 1/2 inch. Right on the money. Okay, so 3. Let's hold it up there again. 3 and 3/4. Just a tick over 3 3/4. Take away 1/2 inch.
3 1/4.
Yep, just a 1 tick over 3 1/4. Wonder if I have enough of that from that other piece. Probably not. 3 3/4. It might be. Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. She's hot as fuck.
Yeah, that's the good part.
Let me see it.
It's gonna get hot again. Okay.
You gonna grind this or?
No, you don't have to. I'm getting ready to cut it. Need to mark it real quick. 3 1/4. Do you mind holding it so it don't move? 3. Well, damn. It is 3 1/4.
Well,
I think.
You don't have to cut it any, do you?
No, I don't. Just got to trim it up. Okay, well, all right, cool. Okay. For a minute there, I was like, am I stunned or what? This is the right size. When does that usually work?
Never.
Not very often. Not that I'm a great mechanic, but I guess every now and again, blind Sal finds an acorn.
Washer too.
Yeah, I got it in my hand. So pull that out. That goes like that. And keep going up. Ooh, it's fucking close, bud. Might have to take a little bit off of it. It's gonna get bound up. Here. Oh.
Alright, you go take some off of it all.
Pushki, what do you think? It ain't much, just a little bit. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Craig, don't act like you don't like this vise. That's why we need to move it and then have this Scott fix this one. Alright, it's kind of hot, but we'll see. It's be like I'm gonna try to throw some beer on it, huh?
God. So many ruined cookouts.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, there you go. Oop, the bolt's not up high enough. Alright, perfect.
Fucking us for the start.
There we go. Alright, perfect. It's hot as hell, but it looks like it's gonna work. That one is tight. That looks, that's full bump. Okay. Alright, so now, since we know that you can barely put a gnat's ass between the cover and that, now I know why that they had that arm, when it came up, the arm was basically like, I think I seen on another truck a guy, I saw a picture somewhere where a guy had to take like, I don't know if it's a cutting torch or what, but he basically trimmed this and made like a notch, Craig.
For that knuckle to go through?
Well, for this nut right here to go through. And it's way tucked up there because, you know, we got to get this bar up somehow. So let's where's the Ukrainian knuckle buster? Hand me that. Thanks. I mean, the main thing is we got the. Oh damn! Who put that son of a bitch on there? You know what they say, Craig? Cross thread's better than no thread. But you know what happens whenever you cross thread it, when you take it off, there is going to be no thread. That's how that works. Oh, I guess I could have took this off first. Oh, yeah. Get the old, can you slide me the old hammer, bud? Try it beside you on the left. Yeah, you're right. There we go. Of course it don't want to come out now. There it is.
Awesome.
Okay, so hold on. We're gonna leave that for a second. I'm gonna take this. Hopefully this arm will come off. Of course it won't now. Well, how about one of those pry bars? Maybe we can get lucky and it'll go.
Which one? A big one or a big?
No, like one, we can just try it out. But you know what, Craig? Here's the win for the day. This bar's on there, and we know how far we can get it up and how far we can't. Oh yeah, she's just a little bit on there. Might have to get a puller, Craig. Probably what we're gonna have to get. I don't want to tear up my new gearbox. Did you get a puller?
What?
A puller? You know what I'm talking about? Should be over there in those boxes. It's got the little hooks that go around it, Craig, like this. No, it's just two. That's made for pulling pitman arms off. Yeah, it just got two straight arms and deal right in the middle.